Stones Lanes is where the action takes place today, but...
The action actually took place at Northwest Lanes, and Ron Holiday led the qualifier in Riga Kalfas, 7:34, and Riga now is advanced to go against David Slayback.
Our king of bowling, huh?
Riga also came in 5th place. Bob Werther, 6th. Glenn Mee, 7th. Ron Bonner, 8th. And also Dave McCann in 8th. And I'm going to tell you about who came in 4th here in a few minutes, because it's pretty interesting.
More than interesting. It's phenomenal. Of course, it's not a surprise to any of us that know her, but we're going to have a mystery guest here shortly, and he picks up right where he left off last week, or the week before last.
So many people have been asking me, where did this guy come from? He's awesome.
Well, he's 212 average. He's been around, obviously doing well, 4 TV appearances now. High game with a 300 or more to his credit, and it's easy to see why. His release, we talked about it on the past shows. Cupped release, gets around the ball. Look at the rotation, Jen. It's fantastic.
Perfect example on the way the pins danced.
Watch the rotation on this ball, folks. You want to see how to get the pins to dance? Here you go. Cocked wrist, beautiful release, great shot, guys, from the truck. That ball rolls over nicely. 5-pin goes into the 7. 7 was going down anyway. Starts out with a double, and Riga's got his work cut out for him.
You bet he does. He's going to counteract his strike with one of his own. 4
shots, 4 strikes. And this game's going to be big. I don't know if it's going to be as big as a Bigfoot pizza, which we keep saying we're going to get here and consume, but I tell you what, somehow it never makes, it goes past the broadcast truck, and by the time we get it, all there's crumbs.
One of the meaty madness, Bigfoot.
I tell you what, Pizza Hut. Great.
I went from meat lovers to meaty madness Bigfoot for the big crowd.
Is that what it is? Okay, well, all right. Whatever it is, though, I hope it makes it.
They still have the meat lovers, though, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But we went to Bigfoot pizza for all of us.
I'll take any of them, quite frankly. It's just as long as it makes it to the broadcast table.
Another great shot. You are right, David. This is going to be an incredible match here.
Well, Jennifer, I'm not even going to talk about a Chevy Camaro that we can give away for a 300. Wouldn't even want to touch on it because we might jinx somebody, so I won't say anything about the car from Jeff Weiler Chevy Camaro. I'm not going to say it. Boy, I'm sure glad I didn't say anything.
I am too. I'm glad you said it and I didn't.
The king is here. CPO. The co-producer, Perry Samuels, is not with us today, but Perry is very responsible for bringing the show back to you, the viewing public.
Perry's a fine, fine man.
And not a bad salesman either.
No, he knows his stuff. He's
he
good.
wore out 2 pair of shoes, he told me, selling the show, going around town, knocking on doors, and it paid off because we're back and we're going to stay here. They're going to have to, I might leave, but I'll go screaming and kicking.
David needs to get back on track here. Oh, leaving it wide after going through the nose on the right-hand lane. Such a typical thing to do.
We've seen it more than once, the over-adjustment. Dave Slayback, as you pointed out, going wide on that shot and not leaving an easy spare at all. We have the 2-4-10. There you see it. Got to shoot that 2-pin across lane. Not going to make it. Not going to make it. You've got to get that 2-pin sliding over into the 10 as like a combination in pool.
I like to say if you typically move, like, let's say 4 boards right for the 2-4-5, make it about 6 or 7. Try and get it over to the left-hand side of the 2-pin. Riga Kalfas.
Right hand.
3 in a row.
Yeah, right hand lane, 3 in a row, Jen. Leading by about 21 pins at this point.
Oh, maximum penalty.
The big 4 is tough a split. Actually, the 7-10's easier to make than this. Watch the ball. It's going to go straight through the heart. Let's see, technically, can we see anything? He raises up right as the ball's coming off of his hand. goes straight through the heart, head pin, 5 pins straight back. Other pins go in their own directions. And
that's kind of big trouble because he's on a couple strikes in a row, and anytime you're doing that, you need to get 2 because 2 means 4.
Absolutely right. Big point. Big point. You cannot attempt. You can try if it's a desperation frame to go for it, but in that case, 2 pins might help this man, our king, at this point.
Riga being such a experienced bowler too, I can assure you he was not trying to do anything fancy there.
Probably just a hair wide, right?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a little contest we want to tell you about in conjunction. There you go, though. The heck with the contest for a minute. The true professional comes back with a strike.
Phil Poole, sales rep from Jeff Weiler. And also we have
in the
Mike Renzi from Bennett Beverage Company. Mike's on the left, Phil's on the right.
And in the middle of your screen right now.
I think they're enjoying themselves this morning. Also George Griffith in the green sweater.
Everybody seems to be having a good time. There must be something in the air, eh?
Indeed, this is our Northwest qualifier, and George Griffith, as I said, is out here this morning checking out the action.
The deficit now is closed to 5 pins. Dave Slayback, -5 as we look at the scoreboard. The open frame in the 4th frame, the key. The contest I alluded to earlier is WLW contest. Jim Scott on the Big 700 radio on Monday mornings at approximately 7:20 a.m. You listen to the show, and when Jim asks you to give a call in, if you call in and you identify the winning bowler and the winning score, you will win a nice prize we'll tell you about in a minute after you watch this. Just absolute rips the cover off the ball. 5 pins, nothing. 10 in a pit. Every pin doing its job, and Dave Slayback now has a double. Those his and her bowling balls from
AMF, compliments.
It's
Chris Lacita.
Yeah, Chris brought them again, and they're beautiful. Dick Weber reactive resin balls and a legacy ball, and they are fabulous, but no more fabulous than the kind of bowling we're seeing right now.
This is an incredible match.
Toe-to-toe competition, just two heavyweights bowling-wise, just duking it out. Riga Kalfas weighing in at tips the scales at 145, 5'5", and he is a fabulous bowler. In contrast, 5'11", 205, David Slayback. Anybody can bowl, so get out and do it. Good exercise and good, clean fun for the whole family. Don't go away. These guys are giving us the type of match we want to see. 5 pins, still the difference.
There, we talked about it. In 4th place, our standby for this morning, Regina Snodgrass, my teammate on Tuesday nights. We both bowl for Joe and Gus Vitucci, Tri-State Bowling Supply. She is a fantastic bowler from the Pollard family.
Not to mention she's pretty nice to look at, too.
Oh, she's so nice.
Good lady, great bowler.
Great bowler. 725 she had. That is so incredible.
Had a lot of the guys wondering there a little bit.
She's helping us out with some score this morning.
Well, that's her job. She's standby, by George. Put her to work. Talking about putting people to work, there's so many people to thank that brings us together. Kathy Broxman, for example, nothing could happen without her. She runs the tournaments. She's here every Sunday pestering me constantly to make sure things go right. But without that motivation, I might be a little lax in my duties.
Betty Vogler also helps out every weekend and works for the BPA, and she's a terrific girl.
Oh,
my parish, St. Jude on Bridgetown.
There you go. There you go.
Great church.
We run into each other in the summertime on the soccer fields from time to time.
Betty's also a very good bowler and a good soccer player. She's just really talented all around. Smart, cute.
Where did I get lost? I tell you, I've only got a few attributes, and there's a few people that say those are negative. I don't know. Let's take a look at this if you want to. The spare shot. One of the easier spares to make, in my opinion, but a lot of people chop this, Jen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, to flatten the ball out is the way I play it. To play your full regular hook ball out to the gutter and then let it roll in is flirting with disaster as far as I'm concerned.
You have to cover both pins with the ball.
Oh.
Great shot. Great shot. Good pin action there. Riga can't believe it himself. He says, wow.
Critical 9th or 8th frame. He's going to go to his maximum strength, and that is execution. Goes back for a little extra. Watch the ball roll. Head pin, center of your screen. Going to go to the right-hand side of your screen. Come off, whip into the 6 pin, and then into the 10, taking 2 cleanly out. Great shot in a very dramatic position, and our king is sweating a little bit.
Doesn't show in his bowling, though.
Does not, but the TV lights are a little hot, and Riga has just turned up the temperature.
Never let him see you sweat.
The thermostat is now maxed out. David Slayback, the only way he can keep any interest in this game is to strike in our 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th frames, and at that point he could carry it out for 233, and it would be a very nice game, but Riga Kalfas is basically in the driver's seat right now. Oops. Didn't catch the ball. 27 pins. Riga is in control of his own fate, and David Slayback would have to really mess up at this point, or really get on the wagon to do anything at all, but Riga's just bowled marvelous.
And David's given us such a great show for 3 weeks, the king. He's just been incredible. First time on TV for the first week, wins, comes back, wins again. He's on a roll. But now we'll be looking at Riga next week.
222. If he strikes out in the 10th frame, Jen. Again, a great game. But when you've got a guy that's firing a potential 260 at you, it's not going to make it.
Next week we will be looking at our Stones qualifier. And like I said before, Riga will be back.
I'll be back. Somehow that doesn't really fit Riga's personality, you know. I don't picture him with an Uzi and dark shades going, I'll be back.
We have to see how Shelley's going to spend that money here. Maybe a little toy for Tyler?
She's... toy for Tyler.
What? That kid's so cute. I'll buy him a toy. I don't care. Cute he is.
And again, David Slayback giving us 3 great weeks and bowing out with a very respectable 210. At this point, Riga does not even have to mark. And Riga Kalfas is our winner. 260, striking out in the 10th frame. David Slayback, 3 great weeks, 210. Not enough, but we're going to be back, hand out some money in just a few minutes. So stay with us. BPA, King of Bowling, will be back. Roger Zimmerman, the winner in the 189 and under division, $500. Roger, congratulations. How was it to be on the King first time?
It was a pleasure. I really enjoyed it. It was a nice shot out there, and looking forward to being back.
Well, we enjoyed having you. Jennifer?
275 out of Roger, I guess so. We also had a 260 out of Riga. Gary Rolfe is president of the Bowling Proprietors Association to hand out a check for $600.
Thank you.
Way to go, Riga.
Thanks, Jim.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here for us. But again, we want you to keep tuned to Channel 9, where 9 stands for news. But BPA, King of TV Bowling, will be back again next week, and we want to be back with you in your living room. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.